Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a couple weeks, but I'm so glad to be back in here. Today I'm going to show you how to get this mug right here. So I did go in with a couple new products that I'm actually really loving, and I love how this look turned out. I hope you guys enjoy it too. It's kind of a cotton candy-ish halo eye, I guess you'd call it. Hopefully before I post this I'll think of a name, but right now I don't have one. So I will list the products that I used in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. I actually dipped into a few new products that I'm loving and I wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, so tune in and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching and welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry, it's been a couple weeks, about a month actually, since I've filmed a video, but that's not true entirely. I filmed a video, but I accidentally deleted it. So here I am, filming another video. I've missed you guys, actually, and I'm so excited to be filming another one. But yeah, I decided to go ahead and do a bold look today. I'm going to play around with some blues and purples because I got a new palette in. It is the Warrior 3 by Juvia's Place. This thing is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. Let me show you the inside. So this is the inside of the palette. These shades are all so pretty. I have swatched a few of them here on my arm. I'll show you in just a moment what I'm going to use today. But these colors, guys, the pigment is incredible. I don't know that I've ever used an eyeshadow as good as these. Juvia's Place has really just hit the mark with these shadows. They blend so well. The pigment is amazing. You need to get you some, I'm telling you. These are the ones I've swatched right here that we're going to use today. This is the little inspo I have going on for today's video. So yeah, we're going to do, I think, a halo eye. I haven't totally decided yet. That's the plan for now. Make change as we go. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into that. I did go ahead and do my face and my brows, all that good stuff, off camera just because I've covered it in my first video. And I know y'all don't have all day to sit here and listen to me ramble on. So yeah, I did cover that. I'll still list the products in the description box below for you guys if you'd like. So check that out and let's jump in. We're going to go ahead and jump in with our first transition shade here. I'm going to use this pink color. I'm probably going to butcher these names. That would be very much like me to do, but it's this shade right here. I think it's called Fenty. It's a very beautiful bright pink color, and I'm going to lay that down as my first transition shade with a Luxie 205. Now with these shadows, you don't want to put too much product on your brush because they do have a lot of pigment. So just get a little bit of product, lay it down, and see how it buffs out, and then go from there. Placing it just above your crease in the windshield wiper motions, and then buff it in using circular motions. Y'all know the drill. Gosh, this is so pretty. It's like cotton candy. Bold look like this, I do typically take the pigment pretty far up on my eyelid and leave a little bit of space right underneath my brow bone for a highlight, just because I have hooded eyes. If you have hooded eyes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, it might be a little hard to understand, but when you place your pigment in your crease, if you have hooded eyes, it all just kind of sinks back in there and you don't see anything when you open your eye. So if you have hooded eyes, it is a good rule of thumb to place the pigment above your crease and make sure that you blend it out up there and blow it out a good bit so that you can see it when you open your eyes. I'm pretty happy with how that's looking on that side, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other side. Alright, so I have that pink put down on the upper part of my eyelid. I can't talk today. I'm having such a hard time. So I do have that all blended out. Looks like a good wash of pink. I did add a little bit more color and pigment back in with my brush to give it a little bit of dimension, but not much at all. I just kept blending and blending and blending. So now we're going to go ahead and add our second shade into our crease. I believe I'm going to go in with this purple color. It looks like it is called Candace. Right here. It's just a gorgeous, the light isn't picking it up very well, but it's a really pretty purpley violet shade. I'm going to go in with that on my MAC 217. And we're going to place that right in our crease. since I am doing a halo eye, I'm going to make sure that I focus my pigment not only in my outer corner, but also over here in my inner corner as well. With a halo eye, the only part that you don't want to have blended dimensional shades in is the center, because that's where you'll put your accent shade. So make sure that you're putting that pigment over in your inner corner as well. I will go back in with my Luxie 205 just to blend around the edges a little bit. Make sure that it's a seamless blend. I think one of the most important parts of makeup is to go back and forth between your blending brushes, lay a color down, blend it in, and then blend it out with the brush you used previously. I think that really helps give you that seamless look so that you don't have any harsh lines in your shadow. We are going to really build up this purple shade because I want it to be one of the main focuses in the look. But you do want to build it slowly so that you don't have trouble blending it out. So a little bit at a time. Once you have that purple looking nice and vibrant on this side and you have it blended out into your pink to where you have no harsh lines, move on to the other eye. Wouldn't it be nice if we only had one eye to do? Once I get one done, I'm kind of like, man, I don't really want to do the other one. But I will. The purple is on. So I really like how this is coming along so far. These colors are so easy to blend together. They really just go so well. So I have that blended. That is my second transition shade. We're going to go ahead and go into our third. I may end up straying from my original plan here, but I'll let you guys know if I do. I just have a lot of creative stuff going on in my mind right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started adding that third transition shade. And we're actually going to pop over to the Jaclyn Hill palette, the OG Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette. This one right here. And we're going to dip into this shade right here, this pretty blue, dark blue color. And that's what we're going to use as our third transition shade. So that color we are going to blend in with a Luxie 231. Just a little bit of product on the tip of the brush. This is going to add that darker bluish dimension so we can fade into the teal vibe I have going on in my head. About. This shade is so beautiful. I've had this palette for such a long time and I hadn't dipped into this shade yet and I'm mad at myself for it. This is stunning. I'm really liking how this looks coming together. Pretty happy with how that's looking on my left eye, so I'm going to hop on over to my right eye and lay that product down. I'm so excited to use bright colors. Like, I'm just so stoked. I just want to put all of these on my face at one time. That might look a little crazy though. Here we go. Liking this. This might end up being one of my favorite looks I've done. These colors really flow really well together. I like it. So once you have that bluish, purplish, whatever shade blended in, that's your third transition shade, and you have it deep and dark and blended and looking good, I think we're ready to move on to our lid shade. So I am going to take some concealer and just clean up that space a little bit so I get a good pop of color, because I plan on using a bright blue on my lid. So to clean that up, I'm going to just take this little teeny tiny little definer brush. This is typically what I carve my brows out with. It is an e.l.f. small smudge brush. It was like $1. It's really good. And I'm going to take some of my favorite concealer. I'm actually just using this. And I'm going to put some of that on my brush and just clean up my lid a little bit. helps to ensure that you have a clean slate for whatever color you're going to put on your lid. So in this case, I'm going to use a bright blue. So I don't want that dark purple color to darken the color that I want to put on my lid so that it pops really well. That lid pretty well cleaned up. We have a nice white base to place our color on. Now I just have to decide what color I want to use. For the lid, I think I've pretty well decided on a bright blue color just to make this a little more interesting and crazy. So I'm going to go in with this blue, if I can get this in the right spot here, this blue from the Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to pack that on my lid there where we have the white space going on. To pack that color on, I'm going to use a Morphe M522. If I turn that around right, you might be able to see it. M522, it's just a flat packing brush. And I'm going to load that up with that blue color. The name of that is Gola. Just really pack that color on there so that you get a good color payoff on your lid. Knock off your excess. And pack it. So you just want to kind of pat it onto your lid. Keeping it in that pretty well in that white space that you have. And don't worry if your edges look a little harsh when you're packing on your color. It's fine. We'll go back and blend those out after we get our color where we want it to be. So just keep on packing, baby, till you have that color looking how you want, and then we will blend that back out. Decently happy with how this color on my lid is looking. I am going to go ahead and go back in with my brush that I used for my dark purple, the Luxie 231, and I'm going to not add any more product onto that, but I am going to blend the edges of this shadow just so there's not a harsh line between where I just laid down that blue on my lid and with my transition shades. You still want it to be seamless. That blue is pretty. That is just so bright. I really love it with the pink and the purples. I do think I want to add some glitter to it though. Of course, it's just who I am. So I think I'm going to go in with this Congo shade from the Juvia's Place palette. I'm going to go ahead and place that on my lid too, but I'm going to use a smaller defining brush. So I'm going to go in with this little teeny tiny brush, and looks about like that. I don't know where this came from. This is a Real Techniques accent brush. So I'm just going to pack some of this color right here on this brush and pack it on the very center of my lid. So in the middle of where I put the blue. Move on to the other eye. So again, I'm just holding the brush kind of to the side and using a packing motion to pat this color onto my lid so that I get a good color payoff, but it isn't all over the entire blue section. You just want it in the middle. It's time to do the lower lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into that pink shade Fenty from the Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to buff a little bit of that onto my lower lash line. Not much, because I don't want this to look too crazy. Lower lash line's done. Now we just have to do inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight. For the inner corner highlight and the brow bone highlight, I'm going to use this shade right here, in the very bottom corner of the original Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the best highlight shade you will find. I'm telling you, you cannot compare to this shade when it comes to highlights. Do you see? So bright. No additional product on the brush. I'm going to go ahead and sweep a little bit along my brow bone. Inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight, done. That really just kind of ties the look together for me. Putting on the lashes and all that tops it off, but adding your highlight to your inner corner and your brow bone really just ties together an eye look, in my opinion. However, I am going to go ahead and highlight my face with that same shade while I have it out. So I'll go ahead and do my nose and all that good stuff. Face highlight, I am going to use the same shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette that I used on my brow bone and my inner corner. I'm going to put that on a Morphe 501 brush, a little bit of product, and I just like to sweep that right along the top of my cheekbone. Off camera, I did add a little bit more glitter to my upper lid just to really tie it together and give it a little more glam. I did use Star Crush Minerals glitter in this shade Poppin' Pink Champagne. This is the prettiest glitter. It has little glimmers of pink in it. But I promise I think I'm done with the eye look now. I'm going to pop some lashes on off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are on. These gave me kind of a fuss. I'm not sure I like these. I found them, I've had them for a while, I guess. They're these Kiss lashes. I do not recommend them. The band is really thin, so they're really flimsy, and honestly the lashes kind of come off of the band as you're trying to take them out of the package. Don't buy them. Do not recommend. But they're the only ones I had. I actually need to do a lash restock. But lashes are on. I really like how this look turned out. I'm going to go ahead and stick some lipstick on. I think I'm going to go in with NYX Peekaboo Neutral. This is my go-to nude lip liner. I'm going to line my lips with that and then probably put Anastasia Beverly Hills Naked in the middle. Yeah. Against putting Naked on over this lipstick. I'm just going to top it with this Buxom White Russian gloss and go with a glossy look. That is the finished look. I really like how this turned out. I'm not happy with my lashes, I'll be honest, but that's okay. I really like how the eyeshadow turned out. It's really bold, not my usual, but I do miss doing makeup like this. This was so fun. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more bold looks like this. I think I want to do oranges or blues next. I'm not sure. I just know I want to put all the colors on my face since I got these new palettes. So let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll have more fun content coming at you guys probably once every week. I'm going to try to upload every Friday. I'm known to be a little inconsistent, so I'll try to do every Friday. Yeah, so I have nowhere to go now. I'm just going to go chill on my couch in this awesome looking makeup. But I hope you guys have a great evening and you get into something fun or you chill, whatever you want to do. I think I might catch up on Chicago PD. I've been trying to watch season 6 and you can't stream it anywhere. So I went on Amazon and bought it, and I think that's what my evening's going to look like. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you next week.